Hey y'all, it's Christmas Eve, and this is the first of a couple different videos I'm going to do throughout the day because I know that a lot of us are going to be alone today, and I think the same thing will happen tomorrow. I know we're alone tomorrow too, but some of you have family going on and things like that, but you might need some reinforcements because you know how families can go, right? I know. So, my knee. I know my knee's really been acting up again. Yeah. I guess it's going to take a while to heal. I know it will heal completely eventually. I do believe that this is the knee that I fell, like 7 years ago working at Amazon. I tripped over a brake that wasn't locked down, and I tripped over it going into the area where I forget what the names are called, the official names, but where they pack trucks, the docks, I guess. And there's these long, they're almost like snakes, a conveyor belt, and you have to lock them down. Somebody didn't lock it down. I was going into the bay in there, and I tripped over it because they stick out about that far. And I went down on my knee. I thought it was my left knee, but it was my right. So it's had a few hits, and it will heal. I really couldn't walk on this knee for a couple months, really. And it was tough because I was living in my van. I've dealt with a lot living in my van, let me tell you. But it'll heal. It's just a matter of time. Okay, so I want to put out some messages and let's spend some time together. I did make you coffee, okay? There you go. There's yours. Here's mine. Cheers. Yeah. Good stuff. Okay. Well, I'm going to be alone today too. My family, we had already had our Christmas party while my daughter was here. So, they had their own things going on, which I know that your families do too. I remember when I was younger, we usually hung out with my dad's side of the family, the patriarchal family. And so, with grandma and grandpa, the main heads of the family, of that side of the family, they weren't really involved in Christmas Eve. They weren't involved. We usually, all the families went to my grandparents' house Christmas night. That was the time. That's when we went there. But they didn't really, hang out with us at any other time. They had their family things going on. Well, it's the same now, as I know a lot of you are grandparents. And a lot of you are travelers, and the way the world is now, that everybody's here and everybody's there. Your family might be in a whole different state or even a different country. So, but if you are with your family, you might need reinforcements on that too. You might need some pep talk, because you know how families can get when they get together. And if there's any kind of this going on, well, people are going to be open and saying whatever's on their mind. So we all kind of need, if you're going to be with family, you kind of need to be ready for that. My message today is two things. If you need to be sad, then be sad. Seriously. If you need to cry, you need to cry. And that would be a very cleansing thing to do. The tears they've done chemically are different than just water. It isn't just water coming out. There are real chemicals coming out. And it's really a miracle, isn't it? Tears are like, wow. If you think about, remember the Terminator, he goes, why does water come out of your eyes? I think it was Terminator the 2. And, so a robot, an AI, would not understand what tears are. But we as humans understand those tears, don't we? Yeah. So if you need to cry, you need to cry. And number 2, my main message is forgiveness. We need to make sure that we're good with everybody. We're good with everybody, if we can forgive them, and I know it's hard to forget, but if we can forgive, then we can make those connections again. I got my hanky ready just in case. I do need to blow my nose. This is going to be edited and raw. It just is. Okay. My daughter made it, got on the plane. My younger daughter took her to the airport because I don't have the seating or anything. And, but I didn't realize her plane really didn't take off till like 3 in the afternoon, and this was in the morning. She just wanted to get there early and get out of her Airbnb before she got charged for another day, and she wanted to get out and get going. Well, she called me and she goes, Mommy, Mom, it's so cute. She goes, Mommy, I mean, she's like 45. Mommy, I need my mommy. Can you come and hang with us for like an hour because they couldn't go through security and check in? So I said, sure. So drove to the airport and hung out with them for about another hour. We all gave hugs and said goodbye. So, but then their plane got rerouted. It was supposed to go to Chicago. Hey, Kathy. Supposed to go to Chicago, but it got rerouted. And I thought, well, why would it get rerouted? I mean, is there bad weather? And the weather was fine. So they landed in Nashville, Tennessee. Yeah. And she just says, I'm done. I'm done with traveling with 2 kids. She just booked a hotel room. And Daddy was going to come, is probably there to pick him up now, hanging out at the hotel with him. But it was only a 4-hour drive. I looked from Cincinnati to Nashville. It's 4 hours. I mean, that's like going from Tucson to Flagstaff or vice versa. So I said, that's doable. It's because we talked on the phone. And, yeah. So they'll either have a Nashville Christmas or they'll head on up to Cincinnati, which are probably the presents are up there. So unless he brought them with him, wow, that would be fun. Well, yeah, so they're going to be there. My other children are with their families, and I'm just going to hang out. I'm good with being in my van. I really am. And I know you already know, but if there's somebody new, I'm Minivan Lee, and I live in my minivan. I live in here, and I like it. I do like it. And I'm good with being in here. And it's been raining the last couple of days. It rained again yesterday, too. I could not believe it. So I'm good with being in here. I think it's a cozy little clubhouse. It's my little clubhouse, yeah. Minivan Lee's clubhouse. It's my cave. I'm happy. Yeah. Well, as far as being alone, I just want to mention about tears. Remember Tears for Fears? Everybody wants to rule the world. Well, I have done my share of tears this year, especially these past 4 months. Oh my goodness. I almost need to drink a lot of water because I've lost so much through my tears. But seriously, I have. I mean, I'm not trying to, you're so sad. No, I actually feel kind of giddy lately. I think that a new year's coming, and I'm really happy about that. And I just feel like I've released so much. I really wasn't much of a crier before. I mean, when I was a child, I cried. I did cry often, and I can cry often. But there would be before. I mean, I didn't date. 25 years, I was just doing my thing with my family, raising my children. And I was pretty tough. I didn't cry very much. But once you open up your heart again, wow, that all gets kind of mushed around, and yeah, it can, and it really can hurt at times. Even if you're still together, I know that there's a lot of crying going on because people just tend to hurt the people they love, don't they? In a way, yeah, because they feel like there would be unconditional love. But when there isn't unconditional love, yeah, there's even more tears, yeah, and you don't love somebody, when you love somebody conditionally, that they need to be this way or that way, or there's love isn't going to happen. Yeah, that's a tough road to hoe, or however they say that. Yeah. So it's been crying jags off and on, literally for the last 4 months for me. But I feel cleansed, and I'm going to encourage you, if you feel alone right now, for whatever reason, I encourage you just to cry it out. You can cry right now if you want to. You can cry it out. And I might even cry. I mean, I don't know. But because for me, it's pretty much, it's right, I'm always on the edge, just a little bit, when I think about something. So it might be because maybe one of your children isn't talking to you anymore. Maybe you don't have any children. You never had children. I've got a lot of friends that never had children. I don't know if it was so much their idea, but a couple of them, they couldn't have children. Another one, or they never got married. Another reason might be that maybe your husband passed or somebody left. Maybe all of your siblings, you're not married, you're a widow, you're a widower, but your siblings, you're the last. I do have a lot of older viewers, you're older, but I do have younger. And maybe you just had a breakup. Maybe you just feel alone. Maybe you don't feel connected with your parents or your family anymore. Yeah. So there's a lot in this time to be maybe sad about. But you know what? We're in this together. This is the first of two videos, first of 3 videos I'm going to do today. So if you just need a pep talk or you need to hear me, just chit chat with you, that's good. That's good. But for me, there was, for the past 4 months, there was there were tears off and on every day, off and on, not just one day. Oh, I cried once a day. No, I'd feel good, and then something would hit me, and I would start crying, and just not really like whoo, but just tears streaming down. Yeah. It's sad when you feel alone, learning to not be alone again. And it's sad when you feel like you made friends, but they weren't really your friends. And it feels like it hurts, it's betrayal. And then you feel like, but here's the thing, I think forgiveness is so important for us. We need to forgive our family. We need to forgive our friends. We need to forgive our loved ones. That doesn't mean that everything's going to be hunky-dory again, but in your mind and in your heart, you want to forgive. So I think that's very important. And sometimes crying it out is the answer, Okay, now, if you're going to be with family, you might want to reconnect with people that you weren't connected with, or you harbored a resentment with them. I think it's important that you do that today or tomorrow when you get together. Or if you're not, call them. And you don't even have to talk it out. You can just connect with them and say, what's up? Just thought about you, love you. And if you don't want to rehash all of that, then don't. But connect back up. If you did, some psychologists might say, well, you need to talk it out. Maybe it's been so long that you don't even want to talk it out anymore, but you do want to reconnect. And that happened with my family over the Christmas party. There was one person, not one of my children, but there was one, and we just looked at, we knew we were good with each other again. And and she said, well, thank you. And I just said, well, I love you. Yeah, I was trying to help her. She hurt her knee too. And she was in a bad way. Although hers is kind of healed up right now. I'm still lagging behind. But we just said, well, I love you. She goes, I love you too. And we knew. We knew it was over. That conflict was over. I'm telling you, I think that crying it out the way I have over this off and on all year, and then right at the end, these past 4 months, it has done me a world of good. Like I said, I feel kind of giddy, and I think it's because I let so much go. And and I don't feel so naive like I was. on certain things. Yeah, I was bringing people into my life that had no business to be there. I don't even know why they wanted to be in my life. I think they had ulterior motives because I'm a YouTuber and yeah, I think that's one of the reasons they wanted to be my friend. I really do. But it wasn't for the long haul. And I don't know, I think they had ulterior motives, which can hurt. I'm like, well, you don't like me for me, huh? Yeah, and then when you're in love and there's stipulations on how you need to be, because it doesn't feel like it's unconditional. Yeah, those things are hurt. So I'm not as naive. Yes, I think I've learned a lot of lessons, but I do forgive, and because I need to go on, right? Yeah. So I'm going to tell you right now that it's a good thing, and we'll be talking more about Christmas and how to get motivated. This year is for the next week. My videos this week will involve some motivational speaking coming from moi, because and it helps me out too, because I want to really be motivated for whatever 2024 brings us. I don't know what it's going to bring us. I really don't. Who knows? Maybe it could be really horrible coming up. You know, some kind of weird reset going on. I don't know, but I do know that with the right attitude and being motivated to be the best that we can be, no matter what happens, we're going to do just fine. And there's where my message this week is going to be, trying to get everybody ready for that. So, well, okay, be ready for some tears. I want you to, if you need to cry, you cry. And it's going to cleanse you. Yes. And be ready for your family gatherings. Yeah, whether they're joyful. And I know a lot of you are going to have joyful gatherings with your family. Some, might be, being human, there's drama. We're human beings. We're connected. And I want to talk about that in my next video, how connected we are through this collective energy of the human race. Okay? Okay, so be ready for my next video. And I've got some surprises down the road of where I'm going to be. I love you. Till next time. Bye.